Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 13 for the event Marriage Prospects. In this example, we are going to study the birth chart of your female native for the marriage prospects. And importantly, the timing of event. This is actually basically easy chart in finding the book Dilard. But what is the interesting point that you can learn in this? How the key planets of the destiny to the Dasa Lord connection and Dasa Lord's key planet into Bugdi Lord and all, there will not be any issue. It will be simple. But whereas that Antara Lord should be supportive for the event, and normally there should be a built connection between the Bugdi Lord's key planet and the Antara Lord rulers, and also in supports also they may be there. But here the Antara Lords will have the key planet of the Bugdi Lord in its supports. Definitely it will be there. But it is not playing direct role as a ruler, but the Dasa Lord's key planets are playing role in the Antara Lord. Because the Bugdi Lord is ruled by a planet which is ruling all the levels, same planet. So when all the levels are ruled by a same planet, we have to look at the sub-lord. That sub-lord planet is also a good key planet that is playing role in the Yantra. And importantly, that Bhukti Lords, which is the planet which is ruling all the levels up to the star lord or the sub-lord, that planet role is important. That planet role is present in the support of the Antra. And other key planets, especially the primary cuspal sublord key planet, destiny planet, also there in the Antra, is connected to the star lord. So those things, important points we are going to study here. But I'm trying to say that the key planets of the Bugdi Lord's direct appearance, it is not there in the Antra. Of course, it is there. That is, sub-lord of that Bugdi Lord is present in the Antra Lord. But what the key planet strongly we are looking for in the Bugdi Lord, it is not there directly as a ruler. Because of that, we cannot avoid that. Yes, that we have to keep it in mind. The second point is that the planet, whichever planet are having these key planets in their rulers, because of that, we cannot choose. And because of the absence of the direct role of the strong key planet of the Bugdi Lord in the Antra, we cannot, because of the absence of the favorable key planet, we cannot avoid, and because of the presence of the favorable key planet also, we cannot blindly take it. The presence of the favorable key planet will be definitely supportive, provided that planet in the all the levels also forming good grouping and without any strong unfavorable signification, and also the role of the unfavorable key planet of the Bugdi Lord should not be playing a role in the Antra. I think you are able to understand what I'm talking, the pilt connections that we can see in this chart. Example number 13, timing of marriage. In this, the important points can be found. Number one is role of key planets of the destiny in Dasa, and role of key planets of the Dasa in Bugdi, and role of key planets of the Bugdi in supports of the Antra, and the key planets of the Dasa as a ruler in the Antra. It means the Antra can have the key planets of the Bugdi or Dasa Lord also. But the Antra should be supportive for the event with the key planets of either the Bugdi Lord or the Dasa Lord. It can be having that. Yes. And the last point is that impact of the supports and rulers link. That is normally what we have to look into that. So let us have a look at the chart now. This is the birth chart of a female and who got married, and we are going to study the destiny and also timing of event. As I said, this chart is a simple chart only, but we can find the pilt connections. We'll learn something in the pilt connections. Okay, now, for the benefit of the North Indian chart follower, I'm opening that North Indian chart, and let us study the basic study on the natal chart. Lagna is Aries Lagna, seventh cusp is falling in the Libra. Seventh Lord is posted in the fourth house, but close to the fifth cusp, and also conjoined with the fifth Lord and also sixth Lord. Third Lord, sixth Lord, Mercury, and fifth Lord, Sun, and seventh Lord is connected. So, seventh Lord is well posted, but it is getting some affliction because of the sixth Lord, but is also third Lord, that is fine. But conjoined with the Rasi Lord Sun, which is the fifth Lord. So that way it is supportive only, and it is aspected by Mars by fourth aspect. Mars is aspecting to Venus. That Mars is Lagna Lord, and eighth Lord is aspecting to seventh Lord. So Lagna Lord aspecting to seventh Lord is good only. So that way it is having good signification, not strong weak significations. So I think we are able to find this. Now we are going to study the rulers, that self-signification of all the planets. For that, I have to go to the EPS. I have already selected the event, marriage event. That is the first step we have to do that after the preliminary study. That I already selected the marriage first natal, and now we are going to check the self-significations. So what we are going to do, we have to start with the Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord, 8th Lord occupying Lagna. So Lagna Lord occupying Lagna is good, but being the 8th Lord, it has got some weakness, but 8 is not further supported. So that way Lagna occupying Lagna is good only. So because of that, we can make blue color because it is Lagna Lord also occupying 8th house, and being the 8th Lord, I'm not giving light green, I'm giving only a blue, because Lagna is always good to Lagna's activities, right? Even for the marriage also, Lagna is required. It is not that because of the 12th house to the second house, Lagna will be unfavorable. Lagna will be unfavorable only in case of when it is joining hands with the 6th house, 10th house, 8th house grouping, right? Okay, now 7th Lord. Second Lord, 7th Lord occupying 4th house, close to 5th cusp, 159 star Lord, and 11 and 12 cuspal sublord. These are all very good grouping, but only the 12th cuspal sublord at the sublord. It is there in between, not a much problem because of the 12th sublord and 4th occupant. It is having some weakness, but still it is favorable side on the higher side. So we can give light green, not dark green, because of the 4 and 12. And Sun, 5th Lord, 5th occupant, 2nd cuspal sublord. Sun is actually, we can give light green, sorry, dark green. We can give dark green because Sun is having all favorable grouping. And 9th Lord, Jupiter, 9th Lord, 12th Lord occupying 3rd house, 7th cuspal star Lord, and 4th cuspal sublord. So 4 is not bad for the marriage prospect. It is indicating some weakness. 12 also is mixed one, but 9, 3, 7 are good. But 12 and 4th cuspal sublord, it is having some weakness, but not detrimental, because 12 is not supported here, but only in the sublord it is having 4th house. If it was having 8th house is different, 6th house is different, but only 4th house. So that we can say it is some weakness is present. But because of the favorable grouping 9, 3, and 7th cuspal star Lord, we can make blue color for Jupiter, not green. And Saturn is 10th Lord, 11th Lord occupying 9th house, and 4th star Lord and 10th sublord. So this is having 10, 4, 10 representing Rahu. Ragu is good, but Saturn has got 11, 9, and this is good, but 4, 10 are having some weakness. So Saturn we can give pink shade because mixed one. The two, it is not strongly unfavorable, but since it is there in CL, CST, and CSL, I'm giving that unfavorable a little bit high. So not supportive houses are high, so I am giving mixed one. And what else pending is Mercury, 3rd Lord, 6th Lord occupying 5th house. 3rd Lord occupying 5th house, Sixth lord occupying fifth house, 6 is not supported, third is supported. But 8 and 12 star lords, this is not supporting to the fifth house, but 6 is getting some support from the 8 and 12. So this is mixed one. But it is 1 and 7 cuspal sublord. This is good. So 1 and 7 cuspal sublord is good. 3, 5, and 1 and 7 are good. But because of the 6 and 8 and 12, it is becoming mixed one. So we can make Mercury also mixed one. And who else is spending? Rahu and Moon. Rahu is 9th occupant, 3, 11 star lord, and 9th sublord. This is good. And second planet is having some weakness. So Rahu can be given light green. And Moon is fourth lord occupying third house. This is good. This is not bad. 2, 6, 10 star lord. This is good for the professional prospects. And 3, 5, 8 cuspal sublord. 3 occupant and 3, 5 cuspal star sublord is good. 3, 2, 3 and 5 are good. But 4, 6, 10, 8 is not good. And representing Ketu, that is also having some weakness. But still Moon is having mixed signification. So we can have Moon also pink. Ketu, third occupant and sixth sublord. So definitely we have to give that light red. Ketu only I'm giving light red. That too it is not strongly weaker, but being the sixth sublord and not having any favorable cuspal sublord in the CSL and also not so much grouping, and second planet also not very strong. It is also having mixed one. So I'm giving light pink. So to differentiate from the other planets. I think we have given the colors, and let us move to the home page for the study on the destiny. As I usually say that you please spend some time on the self-signification left to right study, and so that it will help you in studying individual planet self-strength. That will be more useful in studying the step 1, step 2, step 3, all levels, and also in support planets. That is step number 5 and 6. It will be more useful. The advantage of giving colors, so whatever the strength we are studying in left signification, if you give some color to that according to the our interpretation, that will be more useful in analyzing EPS table in the rulers also, in supports also. It will give some sort of clarity in comparison and identification of the role of the key planets. Okay, so that is the reason I am taking time in analyzing this self-signification, so that you will also follow the same. Now let me open that self-significator, and we have to check the destiny. Who is the destiny? Seventh Lord, Venus. Seventh Lord Venus is green, light green. All levels are ruled by Venus, Venus, Venus. That is good. So destiny planet, seventh Lord is good only. And since that Venus is in own star and sub, let us check Venus sub-lord is Rahu. So it is not required to check it. But since, it is all ruled by all planets, same planet is ruling, so we can also have a look at it sub-lord. Okay, so just a minute. Now, seventh lord, key planet, that seventh ruler, just a minute, let me write it down, Rahu also, because sub-lord is Rahu. Rahu is our green color planet. Yes, Rahu also a good key planet. So all Venus and Rahu are strongly key planets. So in this case, the planet which are all influenced by the Venus by way of conjunction aspect are posted in the sign of Venus and Rahu, they all will be having the impact of the Venus and also Rahu, right? Now, seventh sublord. Seventh sublord is Mercury. Mercury is a pink mixed one, though it is seventh sublord, it is having some weakness also, but the source level it is fine. Star level is our Venus, that is seventh lord, good key planet, so that is favorable. And sub level is Moon. Moon is also a mixed one, having got favorable 3, 5, and also having some unfavorable grouping, obstacle causing grouping. So sub-level planet is favorable only, but with some weakness. And when one level is weak, that star lord of that weak, that planet is favorable. Yes, 9, 3, 7 is favoring to this 3, 2, and 5. So somehow that moon is getting the strength from the star lord of that moon. That is step number 3. And star lord and sublord, if you study the combined study, 2, 7, 4, 5, 1, 5, 9, 11, getting the support from the 3, 2, and 5. So unfavorable are getting some strength from the sublord, but favorable are supporting to the star lord, which is already supported by the 211 planet. Now suppose that moon is also getting some good support from the other planet in its supports. Moon, let's check the moon. Moon is having Saturn all pink. You can see Mercury is there. Mercury is the cuspal sublord of the primary house. That is there. Rasi Lord, Moon Rasi Lord is Mercury. So Mercury's impact is there on Moon, forming the ruler link that is further supporting to the Moon. And you can see Rahu also playing role as a second planet. So Rahu is another favorable key planet that also we studied. So that destiny is supportive for the marriage, and the some hurdles are present, but somehow they are being supported by the support planets. You can see this whenever the seventh house is connected to the sixth house and favorable 5, 11, and 6 and 10 all present. This is also supportive for the independent business or joint venture business prospects. That also we have to keep it in mind, right? I mean, now that we have studied the destiny, so what are the favorable key planets of the destiny? We have already studied Venus, we have studied. Let me note down Venus is a favorable key planet, and Rahu also a favorable key planet. And here, if you study the seventh sublord, Mercury is fine, but it is a pink shade, and Venus already there. Strongly, Venus is present. And what else? That Mercury, yes, and Venus, and Mercury is passing ruler link to the moon that we saw, and then Jupiter also is fine. So Jupiter also is, we can take it as a secondary. Jupiter and Mercury are secondary because of the weak significations also, but Venus and Rahu are the strong favorable key planet of the destiny. I hope you are able to understand. Now what we have to do, we have to look at the Dasa Lord. So which Dasa was running from the marriageable age? Saturn is the running from 2006 onwards. So marriageable age is Saturn. Marriageable age Saturn from 15, 16 years onwards. So that way it is good. So marriageable age falling in the Saturn Dasa itself. So marriageable age from the Bugdi is Mercury, 21 years, or Ketu. So from Ketu onwards, it is favorable for the, marriage. I'm talking about Saturn Dasa, Mercury Bugdi onwards, it is fine. And Mercury, Ketu, Venus or Sun, all will be running. Out of them, the key planets which are having the key planets of the Dasa Lord. This is the Dasa Lord. Saturn is the Dasa Lord. The favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord is what? Venus, and of course, second planet, that Rahu. If you look at this, Mercury is there here, but it is having some weakness. But star level is fine, but sub level is having weakness. That already studied only through the ruler link only, or supports only, it is getting strength. That way, Mercury having some weakness, and that Ketu, yes, this is not good. But look at Venus. All rulers are playing. Venus itself, when all levels are ruled by a single planet, unless and otherwise it is strong enough, it is not going to be favorable. If it is having 8 and 12 houses also, even with the favorable significators, it is having other unfavorable grouping also strongly present, that will not be favorable, because how the favorable are repeated, supporting to each other, unfavorable also repeated. Now, in this case, all are favorable, only 12, 12, 10. Even for Venus, 12th house, it cannot be taken as unfavorable strongly, as we already discussed, because there is also talking about the bed pleasure. Venus 2, 7, 5, 1, 5, 9, 11, and 12 are good for the marriage prospects only, and the sub-lord is Rahu. So Venus and Rahu, that Saturn, second planet Rahu is playing role here. So that way Venus is good. And Sun also all levels good, but that is not having good key planets, and Sun is not the key planet of the Dasa Lord. So that way Venus is strong planet. It can act as the Buddhi Lord. So in Saturn Dasa, Venus Buddhi is favorable for the marriage. But which antra? Because of these 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, and 4, 4 also connected, and it is what do you call? That antra lord, it needs little more favorable, which is having some better significations with other key planets. If it is present, that will be more favorable than Venus in own antra, right? Now, which are the favorable key planets of the Bugdilat? Bugdilat's key planet is Venus and Rahu. So now this is not having, Sun is not having, Moon is not having, Jupiter is present, but this is not good. And Mars is blue planet, Lagna Lord, 8th Lord occupying Lagna. And Lagna star Lord is having some weakness, a pink shade. It is, it is a mixed one. Star Lord of the Star Lord is okay, like here we have said, na? It is also mixed one, but Sublord is Rahu, our favorable key planet of the Bugdi Lord. Sublords Rahu is playing role, and that Moon, Jupiter, here they are directly playing, but here what is missing? Rahu is missing, or Venus is missing. Here Rahu is present, here Venus is missing, and we have to check whether this star level planet is having any support from the favorable key planet Rahu or Venus or Mercury. Important destiny key planet Mercury is playing role whether in the antra, that we have to check it, right? Even in Venus also, we may be thinking that where is the role of the Mercury, because Mercury is the primary cuspal sublord planet. You can see Venus is conjoined with Mercury only. So all levels primary destiny planet also playing role. So that is further supporting to the Venus. In Mars is Lagna Lord occupying Lagna, that is good, but 8th Lord, but not further supported. Star Lord is 3 and 5. Lagna is supportive to this 3 and 5. And of course, it has got some weakness, but that is reduced by the Jupiter. But because of that, we cannot choose it. But sublevel planet is good. So because of that reason only, we are trying to further study on this chart. Source is good, supportive, and sublord is good. Now, whether the Moon is having any support from the other planets. Mars is having Venus, our key planet of the Dasa Lord, that Venus is playing role here, right? Let me erase this one. Just a minute. Mars is having Venus in its supports. Rasi Lord is Venus, our favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord. And Moon is the one which we have to look into that. Moon is having Mercury, our primary cuspal sublord key planet. And of course, it has got Jupiter also. Jupiter is the star lord which is forming ruler link. It is adding some more strength. But still, if we have anything else, yes, it has got Rahu in its supports. Rahu is the sublord which is forming ruler link to the Moon. So Rahu is the key planet of the Bugdi Lord and of course Dasa Lord. And Rahu is passing rural link to the star Lord. So one level is when it's becoming mixed significator. That level planet can be further supported by the star Lord and also support planets. Star Lord is having some favorable 937 that is present in the supports also forming ruler link. And that Moon is also having the Rahu in its support that is already there in the sublord, which is a good key planet. So supports also present, also forming ruler link also present. That is adding strength. In addition to that, Moon is having our other important key planet, that is, it is a mixed key planet, but a destiny planet. Mercury is playing role here. So that way, Mars is good at the source, and having got the key planet of the Bugdi Lord and Dasa Lord Venus also playing. So all the key planets of the Dasa, Bugdi and Destiny, everything is playing role. With the help of the ruler's link in support, it is adding strength. Otherwise, this is not going to be favorable. Because here I said no, this is weakness. I mean, this is Starlord is okay, but again, Starlord of the Starlord also having mixed one. But Sublord is again the same planet. But one level is weak, but next levels are improving and also forming ruler link. It is becoming strong. And source planet also, it is Lagna Lord occupying Lagna. This is also adding strength. So this is going to support for the marriage. Then what about the Rahu? Rahu star level planet. Here also Mars. Here also star lord Moon. Here also star lord Moon. Then he will feel that Mars, when compared to Rahu, Rahu is better, right? But Mars is having some weakness, not very strong, we can say that. But to look at the sublord, sublord is Rahu here. Rahu is very good and forming rural link to this. But here, Mars is playing at the sublord. Mars is not forming rural link, but as I said, Rahu is forming rural link to this. This is fine. But thing is, source is moderate and Star Lord is having some weakness, further supported by the 2A level and sub level with the roller link. So as it moves, it is adding strength. But here, if source is good, Star Lord having some weakness, getting some support, but sub Lord is moderate. So when compared to this is having some weakness. So that Mars is favorable for the marriage. So the native got married during Saturn Dasa, Venus Bugdi, and Mars Antra. I think you're able to understand how the key planets of the Destiny, Dasa, Bugdi, and Antra are playing role. That is called Pilt connections. Let me find the date of marriage. Date of marriage is 8/12/2013. 8/12/2013. Just a minute. 8/12/2013. Let us check the Dasa Navigator. 8/12 Saturn Dasa, Venus Buddhi. 8/12, yes, Mars Antra, right? Up to 12/1/2014, this is falling under the Mars Antra. Venus Buddhi, Mars Antra. We can have a look at the transit also, how the transit is also supportive. So we have to check the ruler, the transit of the Jupiter and transit of the Dasa Bugdi periods, whether they are all connecting to the key planets of the natal chart, right? Let me open the natal chart also here and let us check the, just a minute. It is moved. Yeah. Let me check the Jupiter's position in the transit. Jupiter is posted in the sign of, just a minute. Jupiter is posted in the natal Gemini, right? In the natal chart, if you see, it is posted in the Gemini sign. And where we have to check whether Jupiter is aspecting to Moon, Venus, in case of female Mars, or seventh lord or seventh house, or second lord or seventh house. You can see Jupiter is conjoined with the Moon, okay, and aspecting to the natal seventh house. That is good, right? That is favorable only. It is supporting. And whatever Jupiter is aspecting to the Mars, no, it is not aspecting to the Mars. It is second house to the Mars. And any other planet is aspected by Jupiter. Saturn is aspected by Jupiter, and Saturn, okay, that's not an issue, but which is the Bugdi Lord? Dasa Lord is Saturn, right? Saturn is the Dasa Lord that Jupiter is aspecting to the Dasa Lord. And now let us check the transit of the planets in their which nakshatra, star, sublord they are all running. Now we have studied only the Jupiter transit. Now which dasa he got married? Saturn Mahadasa. Where Saturn is posted? Saturn in the sign of Venus. Venus is our strong, favorable key planet. You know that Venus is the one. Let me open that key planets, self-significator. You can see here. Let me erase this. Yeah. So Venus is our strong key planet. So Saturn in the sign of Venus and conjoined with Rahu. Rahu also strong favorable key planet. Saturn in the star of Jupiter. Jupiter is also, moderate key planet, good only. And sublord is Mercury. Mercury is a primary cuspal sublord key planet. Because for the Saturn slow moving planet, you can check sublord also. It is a strong favorable key planet with the hurdles, but it is a primary cuspal sublord key planet, that is Mercury. And Saturn and Bugdi Lord is Venus. Where Venus is posted in the sign of Saturn. Saturn in the sign of Venus, Venus in the sign of Saturn. That itself, their sign exchange, that is also good. Venus is in the star of Sun. Sun is the strong favorable key planet, 5, 5, and 2. That is also good. And what else? That Bugdi Lord is Venus, Antra Lord is Mars. Mars is in the sign of Mercury. Mercury is a primary cuspal sublord key planet. Mars in the star of Sun. Sun is another favorable key planet. So that transit also is in the star of the sign and star of the some key planet that we could easily see in this transit also. I think we are able to understand how the transit also supportive during the timing of event of the marriage. Okay, so I think we are able to understand how importantly the key planets are playing role directly or indirectly through the supports. Dasa Lord's key planet in Bugdi, Bugdi Lord's key planet in Antra, along with that key planets of the Dasa. I think we are able to understand in this. Though it is a easy chart finding the Bugdi Lord Venus, but Antra Lord selection will be a little bit difficult one that we are able to identify with the help of the key planets. And in comparison to the other planets, that Antra is comparatively better. I think you're able to understand. So in the next video, I will discuss the same chart with the help of the Pilt table, how we can identify the role of the key planets. Thank you. Good luck.